Hey guys, my name is Larry. I'm going to give you a quick demonstration of how to share the gospel with perspective cards. If you don't know what perspective cards are, watch another video that explains what they are, then watch this. Okay, this is a neat way to share the gospel visually. Okay, typically what I've seen people do is they use these cards, okay, and then they transition to the next step card, and then they use the prayer, or they scrap all those cards together and they just use some sort of booklet. And I think those have advantages too, but I personally like to use these cards because we're using these cards already. We have an idea of what's going on, and I think I like visual stuff, right? So essentially what I would do is I would say thanks for participating in that discussion, and I'll try to format my next question in such a way so that they can participate in it too, right? As opposed to me preaching at them. So I would say, I'm also interested in learning how other people view what I believe. So do you mind if I share real quick what I believe and get your feedback on that? And if they say sure, okay, I start off with this, okay? I don't start off with all of them, I just start off with this, okay? This is the Source of Spiritual Truth card, and it says Sacred Writings. And I probably want to legitimize all of the cards a little bit, so I'll say I think all of those the sources of spiritual truth can be useful in some way or another, and I think that all of them, if you rejected all of them, I think that would be horrible, because I think all of them have value, but I think something has to be the source. So I point this out, and I like to emphasize that for me personally, I like to make it personal, for me personally, everything that I know about the spiritual is guesswork, unless I know that the spiritual, the supernatural, whatever it is, revealed itself to me. So unless the supernatural revealed itself to me, everything I know is guesswork, and I don't think I have the ability to know what's out there. So that's why I need to rely on something like Sacred Writings, right? You can expand on that as you will. So, but put that at the bottom, right? Because that's the foundation of everything, okay? And then over here I put God, okay? God is monotheistic, so I whip that card out, okay? And then I talk about how the qualities of God, I think, because of the spiritual writings, right? The sacred writings, I believe God is loving, perfect, all-powerful, sovereign. You can expand. And then I say God created human beings, okay? And I say God created us to be perfect. I like throwing the perfect perfect card out before the broken card, so it has a more complete picture of what's going on, right? We didn't start broken, we started perfect, and that's why brokenness is so horrible, right? And I say God created us to be perfect, and He loved us. We're in a perfect relationship with Him. And when I talk about the relationship, I put this in because I think our meaning and purpose of life is fundamentally a relational meaning and purpose, right? So I talk a little bit about this, about how as we worship, serve, obey, love, enjoy God, we receive satisfaction and love and purpose and identity, right? All those are good things, right? Hopefully when they're sharing their own opinions in the previous part, in the survey, you kind of get a sense of what their longings are, right? Whether it's security or satisfaction or acceptance, whatever. And I would try to point that out here. With this relationship with God, we get that, okay? And then, this is, if you know the Knowing God Personally booklet, this is the second part. This is the fall, right? We fell into sin, and as a result, I bumped this guy out of the way. Boom, we're broken, okay? This guy's out of the picture. And as a result, we lost this connection with God, okay? So I try to define the meaning in life as a connection, right? And so I say, as a result, we start living for other things, okay? We start chasing this and this and this and this. And I just surround, okay, us with all of these different things, okay? And I say, and make sure to emphasize, because so people don't get offended, all of these are good things, okay? But where we go wrong is we make good things ultimate things, okay? And when we do that, we're constantly striving after these things, okay? No matter what they are, we'll always fall short. Wherever we had with a relationship with God, with the Live for God card, ultimate satisfaction or joy or love, we lost because we were looking for them in finite things, okay? And then, okay, I bring Jesus into the picture, okay? So here's Jesus, and I like to say he's perfect, okay? So I put this perfect card behind Jesus like that, right? Okay, and I say, that's why Jesus is so amazing. Because 2,000 years ago, Jesus, who was the Son of God, okay, he was with God, right? He chose to become a man, okay? Let's put him over here. Okay, here's us, right? And then I can get rid of these for a little bit, just momentarily. Maybe put them on one side. This is us, right? We have all our issues over here, right? And I say Jesus lived for God, okay? He had the perfect relationship with God, and he followed God all his life, and he demonstrated what it was like to live a life totally in sync with God, okay? And then I say at the end of his life, Jesus died for us. And when he did that, he chose to take on our brokenness. So here's a switcheroo, right? Oh shoot, I dropped the Bible on the ground. Okay, you don't drop the Bible on the ground. Here's a switcheroo. Okay. And I switched the perfect card and the broken card to demonstrate 2 Corinthians 5:21, right? He became sin and we became his righteousness, right? So that's a switcheroo. And then I say, and the Bible says that if we only believe this message that Jesus is the Son of God and he died for me, we can be restored into perfection again, right? Under God's eyes, meaning we now have a right relationship with God once again. Okay, and I make sure to emphasize this is a decision you make. This isn't something that you're, here's where I throw in some of these things. It's not something you just discover. Maybe that isn't as relevant, but I say it's not something you just figure out. It's not a spooky moment you have. You can't study it and figure, right? It's not something you're born into, right? This is simply a decision you make, okay? And you're saying, I'm a sinner. I realize I'm broken, and I need Jesus who died in my place, and I can inherit his perfection again, right? And if you do that, then and then ask them what they think about that. And if they say, oh, that sounds really amazing, then I ask the follow-up question, would you like that in your life today, right? I mean, of course, if they're already Christian, you won't ask them that question, but if they're not a Christian and they agree with what you're saying, then I ask that follow-up question. If they don't agree, then that's fine. You can ask for clarification or follow-up or whatever. So I did this about a year ago, and I saw someone could receive Christ this way. And yeah, if you have any questions, just let me know. I think it's a good visual way to demonstrate the gospel. And that's all. Peace.